Well, I can feel myself coming out of survival mode. Like my body isn't so tense like it used to be all the time, and my mind isn't racing like it used to be all the time, and I'm not premeditating 5 different plans of a likelihood of a situation that has not yet happened yet. I'm slowing down on that too. Am I ready to now live? To live without having to feel like I need to survive now? Am I ready to live now? Wow, that's deep. That's real deep. What do you think living is to you exactly? Have you thought about it? Well, gosh, I don't know. I don't even know. Is living something that just feels lighter? Is living something where you travel to a place and explore it? Is living where you do something you've never done before that you're drawn to doing? Is living doing things that are completely out of your comfort zone to where it makes your legs and your voice shake when you attempt to explore and try it out for yourself, for the experience? Is living where you buy everything you've always been wanting to get for yourself that you didn't feel safe enough to get and explore, or have for yourself? Is living where you can finally put yourself first, where you do what you want to do, or well, I guess what I want to do instead of what somebody else wants to do? I don't know. What do you think? I think these are valid questions. I think they're very valid questions. What if there's not a solid definition of what living is? Because everybody has a different definition of what living looks like to them. And what if we're meant to just create our own version of what living looks like to us, even if we have no idea of what we see as living for our reality and for ourselves? Where we're not copying it from somebody else, but instead we're dabbling and exploring different things that allow us to decide for ourselves what we enjoy and don't enjoy. And maybe that is the beginning of us learning through the list of things that you ask through questions. Maybe that's the beginning of us learning what we believe feels like living. Yeah, this is deep. Wow. And then, what does living feel like? I mean, I believe I asked what does it look like, but what does it feel like? Like, is there a specific feeling attached to it? What do you think? Oh boy. What does living feel like? Yeah, I would say that is a very, very broad question with a lot of gray area. Where I think it kind of goes back to everybody is going to have their own definition of this, I think. What do you think? Because I'm kind of at a halt here myself. Yeah. What do you think? Well, I mean, I'm curious, like, does it feel like tiring? Does it feel light? Does it feel like something that you hold on to and cherish for long periods of time, either through a material item as a memory or through just an experience as a memory? Um, is it is it where We would experience emotional roller coasters. Is that also considered living as well? Does that also include sadness and anger as being a part of living as well? And not just accepting everything, but also rejecting things too? And going through those stages of emotions to decide those things for yourself as well? I think it's all of those things, actually. And I think, this is just my perspective, I think that everything you listed off would only be, applicable to it being congruent to how it applies to your personal life. Because every individual is meant to have their own personal experience, even if they connect with other people. So, everything you described, I'm pretty sure actually is relatable to what it feels like to live. Even the tough emotions of anger and sadness as well. That's a part of living as well. So, I actually think that, yeah, that is a part, all of those things you asked about are actually what it's like to live outside of survival mode, yeah. Yeah. And I think it comes down to knowing that you're safe enough to explore these things as you identify these things for yourself too. And to give yourself the space to feel safe enough to explore these things and not be so highly critical of yourself while you're doing it, regardless of the external factors around you that you may encounter through you exploring all of this for yourself. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I think when you start to plan to explore these things, don't plan anything. Go with your gut feeling and see what you feel instinctively drawn to and play off of it and see where it takes you. And just dabble in little things that interest you and allow it to guide you to something bigger that maybe you never saw yourself doing before. And hold space for yourself with it, because there's going to be things where I personally think you're going to have to also learn skills or develop skills in order to start to participate in things that you discover through you exploring this new part of your life, because now you're able to hold space for yourself to do this without influence from anyone external of you that used to keep you in a state of survival, that caused you to feel like you weren't able to explore these areas of yourself, or that you didn't feel personally safe enough to do it without feeling like people were being highly critical of you that you had surrounded yourself with or that were surrounding you at the time. And also people that wanted you to pay more attention to them than yourself. You now have the space away from those people to now explore what living is like for you outside of everybody else and determine what that looks like for you now. For instance, what do you think you're doing right now in this moment in time that you think might be considered living to you? What do you think that might be? Well, I guess I could say that right now, I've created and I'm actively, I guess I can say that I've created and actively working on building my platform around a podcast that allows me to be someone that teaches and guides others through different forms of experiences that I happen to channel, in order to be able to be a guide for others. So, yeah, I guess that would be considered a form of living, because it does bring me joy to do that, to teach and guide through my art and creation. So, I guess that would be considered what I'm doing that I see as me living right now. It's not something that is probably a normal thing that most people do, but something that I was drawn to doing. So, yeah, I see that as what I'm doing right now that's living. in my eyes, where I'm living the way I want to. And that's on period. Now, let me know your page so that I can subscribe, because I'm gonna make sure I'm supporting you, girl.